Hi there. Today I wanted to talk about the effect of alcohol on your vibration and how you can actually use it for your benefit. I've seen a lot of people when they go through a spiritual awakening, they become more sensitive. They say that alcohol heavily dumps their vibration. It means they start to feel terrible and very sensitive to alcohol, right? And I've gone through the same thing. I was very sensitive to the alcohol for a while, but one thing I have noticed is that alcohol actually brings up all of your subconsciousness. And I personally was a weird drunk. Every time I would drink, I would remember everything, okay? It's like I had full memory, just sometimes not full control of my bodily movement because I was very drunk. But for the most part, I remembered everything. And what I realized is that the drunk self is all of your subconscious stuff that comes up, okay? So essentially, it can be used as a tool to bring up all of your subconscious stuff that you actually want to resolve. And I used it for the same reason. Like when I was going through mine, I think I would get drunk just to know what is it in me that's keeping me back, what is holding me back. Like, because sometimes we're not aware of our beliefs. Sometimes we have beliefs and we don't actually know where they came from or what it even is, which is the whole reason people black out when they drink. You know, when people go to party and they start to get drunk and black out and they forget because it's not something they actually want to remember. Like, it's so deep in their psyche that it's just too painful to remember sometimes, you know, and that's why we forget. But I realized that even though it's painful to remember, I would rather be aware of it because at least then I can work with who I am and I can improve, right? So if you're watching this and you're someone who's sensitive to alcohol, I'm not telling you to drink, okay? This is just saying that there's two sides to every coin, but of course, alcohol is not the best for you, and you probably shouldn't drink if you don't want to, right? But in case that you feel drawn to it, I think that there could be a shadow aspect side to it too, that it kind of brings up all of your subconscious emotions, okay? It's like a portal to your psyche that's not otherwise known to your conscious, which is actually pretty cool. So what I did personally too, when I was going through some heavy dark times, but I would get drunk, and what I would do is like the drunk me would do something or say something, and I made sure that the sober me followed through with it. And actually, what I noticed is that when I was drunk, I the kind of like the true me came out. It's almost like what the ego self didn't have the courage to say, that drunk self just went and she just said it. She just did it and she just took whatever the hell she wanted. So it was like actually alcohol did me like a favor because I was able to just get out of myself. I was able to become someone that I truly was from my subconscious, and I was able to resolve some of the heavy emotions. And in particular, one time I overdosed. Again, I don't recommend this. I'm just saying that there is a different side to every story. And personally, when I drank so much, I felt so sick and I was forced to sit it out. I was literally crying outside on the sidewalk, okay? Like it was terrible. But I was forced to sit it out. And what I noticed after was that it was as if though something got released. Like I resolved some kind of deep emotional trauma that's been bothering me because I'd have major breakdowns at work before from getting drunk and all of my life coming back to me all at once because I was forced to talk about it. So I'd break down because of how much pain that was. But then I feel like in a way it helped me process through it. It really did because it's like some things I wouldn't admit to myself sober. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay, I'm fine, right? But then in reality, it hurt me a lot. And I think even though it does, in a sense, dumb your vibration, you could also think of it like you can only maintain a high one if you've already been through challenges that allow you to let go of all the lower ones. If you're strong in your high vibration, then theoretically, the physical stuff that would dumb your vibration wouldn't really matter because you would be stronger than anything physical. You'd be strong enough to withstand it. You'd be strong enough to get back up, and I think it's also a good thing because you kind of, at least in my opinion, what happened too was that through all of that, through all of those times just drinking and kind of purposely dumping my own vibration, I have learned how to better anchor myself when I am sober. And I don't personally like to drink right now because I just don't like how it makes me feel, okay? I get tipsy from kombucha. I don't really need alcohol, but it's an individual choice. Maybe one day I will if I feel like it. But I think there's just a lot of this thing where oh you just shouldn't drink because it's bad for you. But if you feel drawn to it, I'm not saying go crazy with it, but sometimes having a glass, if that's what you feel you need, might actually be eye opening even for you. Because there were times like I would get drunk and I would kind of relax. and it would allow my true self to flow, the true self that I would not allow to flow otherwise. Like, it was just kind of radically different from how I was raised to be. And so there were a lot of mental blocks. But when I would get drunk, it would kind of come out, and that made me question, well, do I really believe what I think I believe? And am I really the person that I've always been conditioned to be? And so I think there's definitely pros and cons to it, and it's everyone's individual choice. But I just wanted to share that perspective that sometimes things that are bad are not actually bad. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I wish you all the best, and have a wonderful day.